So let's chat building sites and wall buildups. So in Australia, it's actually quite interesting that we seem to be backwards compared to the rest of the world in the level of thermal insulation we put in our homes. I think it's because we go, it's all right, we're mostly between 20 and 25 degrees Celsius, should be right. But there are other areas other than Sydney that do get a lot colder. And when it does get cold in Sydney, it really sucks to be in a cold house having to walk around with your Ugg boots on and put the heater on. So there's a way to actually solve it. It's just putting more insulation in your walls and floors and ceiling. And there's a specific type of build-up that really helps with your walls. So I'm going to chat about that. So it's not just about throwing more insulation in. There's a series of build-ups that you need to think of. So you've got your Weathertight layer that's on the outside. So you might have some type of cladding, ventilation gap, then an actual seal of weather tightness. Now that needs to be permeable, vapor permeable. So if any water gets inside the structure, it can actually dry to the outside. From that point, that's actually protecting your insulation. Now we need to have enough insulation to protect from one of the extreme value of whether you have, so it's 0 degrees or 40 degrees. It's got to protect from that heat and cold and be able to not put a big load on the inside of your home. So if you ever put your hand on the wall and it's cold, that's a load of cold that's coming into your home that you've then got to pay to heat. Thicken up that insulation layer, you'll touch the wall, it'll be the same temperature as what's inside, give or take a couple of degrees. It's possible to do. So you do your Weathertight layer, it's vapor permeable, your insulation, then an airtight layer, once again that's vapor permeable. Sounds a bit odd, but your airtight layer can let moisture dry in and out. What that means, if there's some water that gets inside your structure, it can either, if it's a hot weather, it'll dry to the inside of the building, and if it's cold weather, it'll dry to the outside. And that's why both of those Gore-Tex style layers that are wrapped around your insulation need to be vapor permeable. We'll talk about this later.